honestly, this has been one of the more entertaining homestands for the Phillies in 2016. It wraps up today with some smiles because the kids are getting some gear to go back to school. All right, maybe that's not going to make them smile, but the gear will. It's Weekends with Schmidt presented by AT PHI Markets. It's the Phils and the Cardinals, Game 3 of this series. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis, whose kids are going to go back to school real soon, and Mike Schmidt, whose grandkids are going to go back to school real soon. We get set for the finale of this three-game series, and the Phillies hoping that the offense of Cesar Hernandez is not just a glimpse, Mike, that this is going to be consistent.
Well, let's hope so. He's an interesting case study. He had to fight like heck for a regular job around here. I know in spring training we had many meetings about second base and who was going to be there, and here's a guy now that's got like a 360 on base percentage, closing in on a 300 batting average, doing some great things, leading the league in triples. Here you see last night's ball game, leading off the game, busts a long line drive home run to right center, dumps one into right field a second time up for a single. Now 2 for 2, comes up the third time, and at Ben's favorite hit, the double to left center. Only needed a triple for the cycle. That was a typical lately Cesar Hernandez game. You know, some say he's got some, he's quiet, he's a little shy. Maybe you question his baseball toughness. I would say this: the Phillies are hungry for a guy to hit 300 early in that lineup, a guy that gets on base, a guy that can run and steal, a guy that can kind of be the Pete Rose of next year's team, let's say. Why not Cesar Hernandez, man? I love watching this guy play.
Well, he certainly has evolved right before our eyes. Now, there was a question of whether he would play today, but he is in the lineup and batting leadoff, and he is behind Vince Velasquez, who really needs a solid outing, 1 through 6 innings at least today.
All right, I'd love to see him even go 7 innings, keep that pitch count down. Now, one thing he is definitely going to have to do is incorporate the other pitches. He's gotten into a little bit of a rut in the fact that he thinks he can throw it by everybody. Yes, he does have a very, very good fastball, but this is the big leagues. You just can't throw it down the middle and hope for good results. Since the All-Star break, he's been tough. Now, 6 starts, 2 of those are against the Dodgers. I will give him a little bit of credit in that last outing. I thought he pitched a lot better than his line showed, but he does need to make a few more adjustments. The changeup has been better for him. Hopefully he can use that more today.
And keep the ball in the ballpark. I know that seems to be a key against the Cardinals, but it certainly has been for Vince Velasquez. Today is the finale of this 3-game series. Velasquez will be opposed by Mike Leake, who during his career against the Phillies has had some very good starts and also some starts where the Phillies have been able to hit him as well. Well, as we mentioned, this is the wrap-up of a long homestand, game number 9. We've had an awful lot going on this homestand. It began with Alumni Weekend and Jim Thome going into the Wall of Fame. And then, of course, we ventured outside the booth to watch Chase Utley's return to Citizens Bank Park. That's not the only bright spots on this homestand. So much more. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota, the annual clearance sale is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank. The next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Well, back here at Citizens Bank Park, the little guy is ready for a little baseball. The Phillies have already taken the field. They're rolling around with the starting 9 out there as well. They've signed their autographs. Kids have gotten their giveaways. A great one thanks to the folks from ShopRite here today. As the Cardinals get set to bat for the first time, let's look at their lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Greg Garcia leads it off at short, then Stephen Piscotty. Matt Carpenter bats third, then Brandon Moss and Yadier Molina. Johnny Peralta, the third baseman, hits sixth in the bottom third of Jerko, Grichuk, and Mike Leake. And they will face Phillies right-hander Vince Velasquez, who is making his 22nd start of the year. We spent some time talking about him in the open. You see his overall numbers. The ERA has been rising since the All-Star break. You know, Ben, it's funny. His 3 starts after he came off the DL, he was excellent before the All-Star break. And then, you know, it might be to the point where he's reached he's beyond his innings limit from years past.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the velocity has been up, which is great to see. He'll sit about 94, 4-pitch pitcher. He has been very good here at home, but after the All-Star break, he's been roughed up a bit. Hopefully he can take care of that today and nip that in the bud.
Well, as he finishes up his warm-up tosses, it's time now for the Nissan keys to the game. Michael, kick it off.
Well, we got a guy named Leake pitching against us today. He's got a little bit of a history with the Phillies ball club. He's a little like Hellickson for us. He'll throw a little bit of everything at any time. Not very predictable. So I like to see the guys today kind of pick out a side of the plate, pick out an area where we're going to look for the ball and more look for the ball. Not be so aggressive early in the count. Look for the ball, use the whole field, preferably shoot for that pitcher. Keep the ball in the middle of the field and use the whole field and work some deep counts.
And I'd like to see Vince use that changeup more, especially early in counts. It's a very good fastball hitting team, and they look to hit that fastball early.
Well, Greg Garcia will lead it off. He has not played as a starter in this series, but he does have 2 at-bats as a guy off the bench. Hitting 3 for 28 on this road trip, and the first pitch is inside. We're underway, and the count is 1-0. Garcia hitting .233 with 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Played in 49 games last year for the Cardinals, and he rips that one into right field, and he's aboard to start this ball game.
Wow, he knew he'd get a 1-0 fastball right there in that little danger zone to a left-hander. Didn't take long to square one up, did they?
No, these guys, they're on a fastball. Much like the Dodgers in the last series, they can hit a fastball.
Well, as a team, they're hitting .256. They lead the league at home runs with 169, including 17 by Stephen Piscotty, who is 1 for 7 in the series, and he's been hit by a pitch. Takes outside, 1-0. First few fastballs have been around 92, 93 for Velasquez, so he has not loosened up yet. It'll be Piscotty and then Matt Carpenter, who is batting third again. The positions in the lineup today have not really changed for the Cardinals. Their positions in the field have changed. Piscotty's still in right field, but you've got Garcia playing shortstop, so that means Jerko plays second. You've got Matt Carpenter playing first as that ball is fouled. And that means Brandon Moss is out in left field. So they are maneuvering guys around. I guess when you're dealing with all those injuries, they have to do those kind of things.
What an advantage, though, for Mike Matheny, knowing that he can put his guys wherever. I mean, multiple. It's one thing to play another position, but to play multiple other positions, it's not easy.
One-two pitch is popped up foul over the first base dugout. 95 on that fastball.
But location has to be better. Yes, it was a 95. That's great. But 1-2 pitch. I'm looking. This is why Vince Velasquez very rarely gets into the 6th inning, let alone the 7th, because these are the pitches that you can put a guy away right away. Keep that pitch count down.
Mike Matheny's team has won 4 games so far against the Phillies this year. They're 4-2 against the Phils. This is game number 7 of the season series. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside, 2-2.
Well, speaking of that, we haven't done well. This is a rubber game and our first chance to win a series from the Cardinals since 2014. Wow, goes all that far back.
Yeah, these guys have been good. They've been consistently good. Outside, 3-2. Matt Carpenter waits on deck. Well, if you're Piscotty, you have to expect a fastball here, I would think. Pitch is fouled back to the screen, and Garcia will head back to first. If for some reason there was a swing and a miss, I think Ruiz had a chance to throw him out. As you look at the season series numbers, St. Louis has outscored the Phillies 25-15. The home run total is not as overwhelming as you would think, but the Cardinals bullpen has been excellent against Pete Buchanan's Phils. Although the bullpen's very different now than it was earlier in the season. Runner goes again, pitches outside, ball 4. So Velasquez issues a walk to put runners on first and second.
Nice at bat by Piscotty. Fouled off a couple of tough pitches. Saw 6 or 7. He's a big guy, huh? Piscotty.
Former pitcher at Stanford. He was a two-way player. He won 5 games his senior year, and he had to decide whether he was going to be a pitcher professionally or a position player. Actually, I guess he doesn't make that decision. I remember Brad Wilkerson. Wilkerson came out of college as a pitcher and a fielder. Somebody said, well, what made you decide to be a fielder? He said, I didn't decide.
University of Florida, right?
Yep.
Wilkerson.
Matt Carpenter takes outside, 1-0. Carpenter 288 with 15 home runs, 56 runs batted in. On the year he has 97 hits, but he has 3 straight years of 150 hits or more.
Comes Freddie to break the momentum a little bit, come in, get a little rosin. Just coming in, you say just to change your routine a little bit. Start over here with this guy. Make him hit the ball. Say all those good things to him.
Positive reinforcement.
He's thinking, get the heck out of here, you idiot. Right?
I don't want to see you or talk to you.
Fastball at the knees, and it's 2-1. 93 on that fastball.
See, it worked. Carlton, we all used to be scared to go in and talk to him. I'm not going in there. You go in there. I think the only guy who could talk to McCarver's in the booth next to us.
I was going to say Timmy McCarver, probably the only one that could reason with him while he's in the game. Check swing. He went, says the home plate umpire. 2-2.
Really? I went? Wow, I didn't think I did.
Actually thought it was a pretty good pitch. Yeah, he went.
It's amazing how the slow motion, how much different it looks.
Tony Randazzo is pretty good umpire. Excellent ball strike umpire behind the plate. Pat Hoberg is at first. Bill Welke's at second. DJ Rayburn around at third. And it's 2-2 to Carpenter with nobody out here in the first. Check the swing again. They appeal. No swing, says Rayburn. So it's full 3-2. All right, so this has been part of the issue for Velasquez. A lot of pitches to get through an inning has been alluded to before. I mean, he's already had 15 pitches without an out here in the top of the first. Now, I think you would term him a power pitcher. Sometimes it does take a power pitcher some time to get loosened up, but still a lot of pitches here in the first.
Yeah, but it's one thing to be a power pitcher, another thing to try and be a power pitcher. I just see him overthrowing Ryan like he's trying to be that guy. I'll show you how hard I can throw.
Runners go. Pitch is low. Ball 4, and that loads the bases up. So a single and back-to-back walks. Bob McClure thinking, all right, I got to head out. So he'll go out to talk to his young right-hander. A lot of respect for Carpenter that they would go 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. I mean, you can see a guy from first going, but not always a guy first and second going.
Especially with the lefty being up, because you have that clear throwing lane towards third base.
Ben, give us an idea what this conversation's like out there right now. You've been in on many of these.
You have good stuff. Trust your stuff. Work down. All the generic stuff you could ever think of.
All the good stuff.
All the generic things to say.
Don't be afraid of contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing profound, though, huh?
Not really. I mean, you would hope that Vince knows what he's doing. You know, I know it's being a rookie, but I think he's been around enough, made enough starts this year that he knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe take your foot off the gas a little bit. 92 on the corners is better than 96 down the middle.
Well, here's Brandon Moss, 262 with 22 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. Today's ball game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box.
Sooner or later, you got to challenge him with a fastball here.
There it is. Hits it well. Out to right center field. Herrera on the run toward the scoreboard. It is caught high atop the scoreboard. 1 run is in. Piscotty will stop at third. It's a long sacrifice fly, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead, but Herrera was able to reel it in.
What a difference 2 feet make.
Wow.
Whew. Vince can now get a double play ball and get out of this inning with minimal damage. Nice play by Odubel against the screen there. Nice play. Gets it into second base, keeps this double play in order. He wasn't even looking at it. Look at that. Remember we used to say, well, see, I watched the ball in the glove? That was a no-look catch.
That ball traveled 395 feet before it was caught by Odubel Herrera.
I thought there's no way that ball stays in the yard. From the sound of it alone.
And how high it was.
So you want to watch your first pitch right here, don't you?
Yadier Molina, 1 for 9 in the series. He thought about taking a hack at it, but it was inside. Ben, you surprised he's catching again today? Night game?
No.
Day game after a night game?
No. He catches every day.
Wow. No, I thought he's a man. I'm going to tell you what.
He catches every day.
I think he lets them know.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I wouldn't be surprised. That is one of the worst things about catching. Like, I love catching, but you just can't play every day. Like, you go to the field, you want to see your name in the lineup. You expect to see your name in the lineup. Some days you just can't. I mean, you can't catch 162 games.
Popped him up. Ryan Howard into foul territory, camps out under it. Boy, this would be a whopper of an out right here. And it is 2 away.
That is a big out right there to set the momentum in this game. I mean, if they only get out of here with 1 run against us, that's a big momentum change in the game.
Yeah, especially with the 4, 5, 6 coming up.
And that wasn't a great pitch.
No.
I mean, there's your fastball right down the middle, and that's the sort of hitter's error, if you will.
Yep. Well, you're right. If they could get out with just that, it's almost defeating to the Cardinals that they only get the 1 run. Hopefully that can happen.
Johnny Peralta now the batter with 2 outs. Still a dangerous guy. Peralta 246 with 6 home runs and 17 RBIs. And he takes the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. Peralta does have 4 hits in this series. He has scored a couple runs.
Well, here's where a guy like Velasquez should just show Peralta what he's all about here. Let's get after this guy. Now's when you need an out. You really need an out here. And he's got him right where he wants him. Here's where you got to trust Chooch, right? You're going to throw that nasty breaking ball or something. You got to trust. You got a catcher.
Got to trust him.
Go. No balls and 2 strikes to Peralta. Runners lead off first and third.
Can't get over how close he stands to the plate.
Carlos creep it to the outer edge, and he slices it foul.
Nice pitch there.
He threw it right where Carlos wanted it.
There's just nothing you can do with it.
You're going to do just that, foul it off?
That's it.
Oh, 2 pitch just missed. Well, it wasn't where Carlos asked for it, but it was a clear view for Tony Randazzo. It must have been a little low.
It definitely catches Carlos by surprise.
Huh.
I guess that's.
Boy, that was a strike.
Strike him out again.
Scotty over at third base. And Carpenter at first, 2-2.
Tell you, for a 240-some hitter, Peralta gives you a tough at bat, doesn't he?
He's always been that way. Always.
17 home runs last year. Most home runs ever by a Cardinals shortstop. People thought they were crazy when they signed him to the contract they signed him to last year. Swing and a miss. He got him. That may have been the changeup that he threw there. Got it on the inside part of the plate. Velasquez really manages his way through this inning. After the first 3 get on, he allows only 1 run on 1 hit. Odubel certainly helped the cause. 1-0 as they go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at their lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Hernandez, Altair, and Franco, followed by Howard, Ruiz, and Herrera. And the bottom third of Freddie Galvis, Peter Borges, and Vince Velasquez. They will face right-hander Mike Leake, the veteran, 28 years old, out of Fallbrook, California, the hometown of Duke Snider. And he is 2-3 against the Phils with an ERA of 6, but he's had some really good games against them during his career.
As fast a worker as you'll ever find. Loves his cutter. He'll sit about 91 with his heater. But he has had some good games, but also some bad ones with a 6.11 ERA.
Signed a 5-year deal this past offseason for $80 million with the Cardinals. And it has an option for a 6th year. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cesar. Cincinnati Reds traded him last year to San Francisco, and honestly they're thankful they did because they got Adam Duvall in that deal. And he's having a good offensive power year. 1-2 pitch on the inside corner. Tony Randazzo, as good a ball strike umpire as he usually is, called that one, which, all right, looked like it was over the plate, but didn't call the one in the top of the first inning that was over the plate. Here we go.
I don't think this is that bad of a pitch.
No, I agree.
Too close to take with 2 strikes. You know, it could have gone either way, but he also got him with a high pitch, his second pitch to him in the game. It called what I thought was a ball. Leake's one of those guys, this freaky, crazy athlete, right? Like kind of like Maddox, you know, a little bit. Good hitter, right?
Very good hitter.
Good hitter, good bunter.
Out to left center field. It'll drop. Moss will play it on a hop. So 1-out single for Aaron Altair. Altair was bringing the lumber, brought to you by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pie. This was last night's ball game.
96-mile-an-hour fastball off Broxton. He knew it. Altair knew it. Molina knew it. Everybody knew it. Way back. It's a good sign right there when Aaron Altair drives balls out there. That is your Yellowwood bringing the lumber.
9th hit on this homestand for Aaron Altair, and it'll bring Maikel Franco to the plate. Franco has 2 homers on the homestand. He has 1 against the Cardinals. Two home runs, 6 RBIs on this homestand. Altair draws a throw. He's 5 for 5 stealing bags. One fastball away. Leake went through the entire month of July without walking a batter. That's the kind of command that he has. 36 innings pitched, zippo as far as walks go. He will pound the strike zone, but there are times when he does that, he does get hit hard. As Altair draws another throw. Walks per 9 innings. He only walks 1.4 for every 9 innings. Syndergaard will start tonight. He's at the bottom of the top 5, but the Mets have 2 guys on that list. Franco takes inside, 3-1. Good luck at McDonald's. Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Donna Medilli. The Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Donna will win $100. McDonald's Mix and Match any two for just $2.50 on McDonald's McPick 2 menu.
Good luck, Donna.
Three balls, one strike to Franco. Outside, ball 4. So much for pinpoint control. Well, it was July they didn't walk anybody. August has been a little different. That's the 7th walk he's issued here in August, and that'll bring Ryan Howard to the plate. Howard is 8 for 23 against Leake with 3 home runs.
So that's it for the walks, right?
Well, he has a half a batter left if he goes 9 innings. Maybe this is one of those games where he's going to skew his numbers. Howard waves at the first pitch. 0-1. That may have been ball 1 right out of the chute.
I would say that was like I'm swinging at this pitch wherever it's at.
Off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2.
I'm sure they have a pretty good history with each other, Leake and Howard. I think Mr. Howard might have a little bit of the upper hand.
Yeah, 348 batting average, 4 extra base hits. Ryan certainly has had a much better August than any other month this year. Getting close to 400 in the month.
Dangerous pitch right there. That was a fastball, right?
Yes.
That was a
91.
fastball, yep.
I had a tough time understanding that. He waved at a changeup that was like a foot outside. He waved at a little off-speed breaking ball. It never got to home plate, and then he threw him a fastball to hit.
I think that was a show-me fastball.
He tied him up with one there. And Howard strikes out for the second out. 2 strikeouts for Leake.
I think this is where the pitch prior to that was supposed to be. Leake and Molina choosing to double up in there. That ball had a little cut on it. Good pitch.
For my money, here's a guy that should have a really good approach against Leake. Nice, relaxed, weight on the ball, use the whole field.
Carlos only has 6 at-bats against Mike Leake during his career. Takes outside, 1-0. He has Altair at second base, Franco at first. 1-0. Cardinals on top. Two and 0. He almost had Carlos biting at that, even though it was a similar pitch to the first one.
Kind of like he was taken all the way there. Right?
I don't understand it. We all 3 of us looked at each other like,
Let's hope he gets the same pitch. And he hits this one sharply, but right at the second baseman. And that'll wrap up the inning for the Phils. So Jerko takes care of Carlos Ruiz. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We'll go to the second. 1-0 Cardinals on top. This year, the Washington Nationals will be in town Monday, August 29th through Wednesday, August 31st. Tickets can be purchased anytime by going to Phillies.com. Nationals are kind of running away with the National League East as we speak. We move to the top of the second. And Jed Jerko will lead it off. Jerko hitting .243 with 19 home runs, 42 runs batted in. He's playing to pull on the left side. Wow.
Wow, that was right next door, baby.
That would have woken Larry Anderson up, that foul ball.
I think it hit Scott's computer.
Did it really?
I think it did.
Well, you better bring your Surface 3 Pro, whatever it is, back over there.
My new Surface Pro 3. That was close.
0-1 pitch. Tapper left to the mound. Velasquez knocks it down, throws to first in time. A way not to panic. One away. Randall Grichuk's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, guys. And we've talked about it a couple of times in this series, but home runs have been a big part of what the St. Louis Cardinals have brought to Major League Baseball this year. 169 so far this year. That's tops in the National League. But take a look at some of the interesting things that they have done. So Jeremy Hazelbaker hit the home run last night, a 2-run homer, but only one home run in last night's game. They had tied a Major League record coming into last night of 2 or more home runs in 9 straight games. They have 19 home runs in their last 9 games. And how about this? 9 players on their roster have 10 or more home runs this season. That's the best for the Cardinals since back in 2000 when they had a guy like Mark McGwire on their squad. And also Jed Jerko, the guy we just saw up to the plate. We remember his home run from Friday night. Well, he is the first St. Louis Cardinal to have a home run while playing each of the 4 infield positions. This never happened before in the St. Louis Cardinals history. He has a home run while playing third base, shortstop, second base, and first base this season. First in team history, guys.
It is amazing, some of their numbers. I mean, truly, because, you know, Matt Holliday's out. You'd expect home runs from him. Matt Adams is out. You'd expect home runs from him. But this is like across the board. I mean, they've just dispersed it among everybody.
And Aledmys Diaz, who just came out of nowhere.
Right. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Grichuk. With 1 away here in the top of the second. Inside. And Murph was talking about the home runs. He even coupled that with the extra base hits. They're second in the league in extra base hits because of the home runs in large part. But they have 430 extra base hits. As Grichuk strikes out. Second strikeout for Velasquez.
That's that changeup again.
That thing moved about a foot
Like
in the inside corner and almost hit him in the belt buckle.
Yeah, left-handed slider almost.
Boy, it does look like a screwball, doesn't it, the way it goes? Doesn't look like the grip is any different than he's been using. Maybe he's turning his hand a little bit.
But to get tied up like that on a changeup, you very rarely see that.
Swing and a miss. Take Leake seriously. Oh, and 2.
2 sliders. Let's see if we get payback next inning when he hits.
Velasquez looks like, and I guess not having bases loaded and nobody out, has a little different body language to him right now in the second inning. Doesn't look like he's feeling his way through as much.
Maybe the longest walk I've ever seen a pitcher make to pick up a ball.
Just doesn't look like he's exerting as much effort out there.
I would agree. Breaking ball and a strike 3 called. Pretty good offering for Velasquez. Sets them down in order as we go to the bottom of the second. Now, but Chase Utley will always be a Philly. Relive his return to the city he called home for the better part of 13 seasons. Watch an all-new Phillies clubhouse Monday at 6:30 right here on CSN. Bottom of the second inning. Cardinals lead at 1-0. Hey, by the way, we want to say send best wishes and get well wishes out to our buddy Jim Nacita, who is recovering in the hospital right now, watching the Phils. And Jim, your daughter Debbie would like you to get out of the hospital as soon as possible. We hope you're feeling better. Odubel takes outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. Odubel hitting .280 with 13 homers and 42 runs batted in. Popcorn for that young lady. Ball's hit back toward the middle. Jericho just can't get down to get it, and quite frankly, even if he had flagged it down, Odubel would have been able to beat it. A little different second baseman there today compared to the last couple days with Carpenter. So leadoff single for El Torito.
Looked like a ball inside, and he was kind of in his 2-strike approach, and said, well, I'm going to make him jam me, and got the little jam ground ball up the middle.
We'll take that. His 3rd hit of the series, and here's Freddie Galvis. Galvis has hit in 6 consecutive games. Freddie admitted after the game last night that he was shaken by the foul ball that went into the stands. He was obviously elated that the Phillies won the ball game, but more concerned about the young fan who was hit yesterday. 1 ball and 1 strike. We want to send our best wishes out to that young girl and hope that she's feeling better today.
That was a scary scene.
Foul back to the screen. It's 1-2. Props to the fans who were immediately there to lend a helping hand. There was a doctor and a dentist. All were in that area. So that was great to see. And the Phil's staff did a great job getting down to her. 1-2 to Freddie Galvis with Odubel at first base. Here at the bottom of the second. And time is called. Freddie's had a decent homestand. He's 9 for 32 on the homestand. And he lays off 2-2. Includes 4 hits against the Cardinals. How do you feel about Leake's time to the plate, guys? And is he runnable? Can you run on him?
It's not easy. He varies his times well, and he is pretty quick.
Ground ball, foul, just past Carpenter on the foul side of first, and it remains 2-2.
So you got that little jump, quick move to first base too, which you have to keep in the back of your mind.
Over to first. Carpenter's got it. Goes to second for 1. And the lead throw back to the bag is in time. 3-6-3 on the double play. And 2 outs here in the second.
Well turned. And Leake was over there, but Carpenter did such a good job. As soon as he releases this ball, he's busting it back to first base.
Now they work on that all the time to get the pitcher to go over and cover, but you'd rather have the first baseman there if he can get there, right?
Exactly, because there's too much movement there by Leake. For him to get all the way over there, find the bag. Plus Carpenter obviously more accustomed to taking that relay throw.
Peter Borges takes down and away. One and one. By the way, Ben, all is good with Scott's computer. It's fine. They were a little worried about LA because the ball scared him when it hit the booth because he was looking down. Back toward the middle, off the glove of Leake, picked up by Jerko, not in time. Infield hit for Peter Borges.
And that's a good at bat. It brings the pitch, clears the pitcher, as they say. Keeps the inning alive, but more importantly, it gets the pitcher up in this inning. So if he does make an out, we can have the top of the order in the following inning. If he doesn't make an out, we got the best hitter, the hottest hitter on the team right now coming up. All good.
How would it be able to run like that? How many more hits a year you'd get?
Amen.
Jeez. That sound like sour grapes? Not at all, right?
You sound very envious. Off the plate, up the third base line, foul. Cesar waits on deck. As Mike said, the Phil's hottest hitter. Lays off. That ball looked like it wanted to stay in the strike zone, and then at the last minute, zoop. And it also looked like Velasquez wanted to stay in the batter's box.
He couldn't have hit that with a boat oar.
That one's looped out to left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Borges on his way to third. Whoa. It's mishandled by Moss, but they'll hold him at third and keep him there. First and third with 2 men down.
Slung another little slight slurve up there to him, and he got it off the end of the bat. Moss overran it, but center fielder was right there to clean that up.
Is that a good swing? Head down on it.
So now Cesar, who struck out looking his first time up. Inside corner, and it's 0-1. Our Geico quote of the day from Cesar on his hitting. I'm just focusing a little bit. I'm trying to see as many pitches as I can, and that's it.
Oh, he's doing that.
Well, he's a little confused today so far.
He does seem that way, yeah.
Got a bad pitch the first at bat and struck out on what he thought was a bad pitch, but looked pretty good. Now he's got him 0-2 right out of the chute. He needs to get that safety off of his bat. Got the safety on.
Yeah.
Good peeps right there.
The splits have been unbelievable. I mean, the batting average is one thing, but the on-base percentage is the other. Inside 2-2. He's got nearly a 400 on-base percentage since the 1st of June.
Exactly what you want at the top of your lineup.
In fact, since the 1st of July, his on-base percentage is .421. 2-2 pitch to him. Pulls it to the right side. Jerko's got it, and the inning is over. So, a little bit of a problem for Mike Leake, and he works out of it, leaving 2. No runs, 3 hits, 2 men left. On to the third, 1-0 Cardinals. The Jeep Stuff the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, guys, what Cardinals pitcher won both games of a doubleheader against the Phillies in July of 1979, Michael? Answer will be revealed in just a little bit.
Michael.
Well, I mean,
oh, you weren't born yet?
I was 2.
I was 11. Was probably aware of something going on. Top of the order coming up for the Cardinals.
Hold on. No, not yet.
Young man's enjoying a little cotton candy. Garcia singled and scored his first time up, playing shortstop today. Pitches inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals begin play today, a game and a half up for the final wild card spot. And it's 2-0. Game and a half up over the Marlins, who are leading the Pirates right now as we speak, 1-0. That's where they sit in the Central, 13 games back behind the Cubs. Two and one.
I don't think the Cardinals dugout like that pitch.
Is that
too
the
much.
Cardinals
Yeah.
dugout? I'm going, whoa, who's that? Who's doing all the yelling down there?
They got a pretty good following here this weekend as well. A lot of Cardinals fans are here.
You know, the fans have to know that the dugouts on both sides they can't see in and out, whether it's inside or outside, but they can see high-low.
They sure can. Altair gives way to Odubel Herrera, who makes the catch. And there's one away. We get entertained by. I mean, I think people know this. We get entertained by watching the Phillies dugout a lot of times, particularly with Mike's former teammate and our good friend Larry Boa. In fact, the pitch to Cesar Hernandez earlier in the game when he struck out, Larry got up, and there was a pitch earlier that Velasquez threw that should have been strike 3 that Tony Randazzo didn't call, and Larry got up and pushed his chair in, spun around, and then sat right back down again.
Meanwhile, Pete never moves.
He never moved. Piscotty grounds one foul.
Ouch. Now, Explain to me why that third base coach feels a need to stick his hand out there, risk a broken finger.
Don't you still want to play the game, Mike? I mean, don't you want to still be involved in the game? I mean, your muscle memory, if there was a ball hit to you at third base.
If I had a glove on or it was real slow or something, but that ball was hit hard enough to where you don't want to just put the bare hand on it. He didn't want to either. I don't know why he did that.
Well, look at him. Ow.
Ouch. All you're going to do is get booed when you miss it.
No balls and 1 strike. I guess we've already established then if there's a foul ball up to the booth, you are. 1 hopper, diving stop Franco. In time to get Piscotty. Nice play by Maikel Franco.
Yes, it was. Nice awareness of, he's leaving a little exchange with his buddy Freddie there. He teased the runner a little bit. Throw a strike over there. Got a great arm, even though it's not over the top.
It is amazing how he cannot be over the top. He's more, I mean, it's Vince shows his gratitude, but I mean, it's more sidearm than anything, but it still stays true. There's no tail on his.
You know, the late John Vukovich had one of the great arms back in the day, and he threw the exact same way.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Want to know to Carpenter. So if the ball does come up to the booth, you're bailing?
Me?
Yeah.
They're spinning pretty good when they come up here, right?
Yes, they are.
So the answer is yes. He's bailing.
They're looking catchable, I know.
They probably are. There's not a there's some loft, but it's moving pretty good if it's going to come in here.
Tell you what, I'm not moving laterally to catch it. Let's put it that way.
To the screen, it's 1 and 2.
Staying in my lane.
Pretty interesting practice swings that Carpenter has. He goes all the way up on the to the edge of the paint on that handle before he takes a hack. Flicks that one out toward left. Aaron Altair ventures back, makes the one-headed catch, and the Cardinals go down in order. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings from Velasquez. He's retired 9 in a row. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By McDonald's. Mix and match any 2 for just $2.50 on McDonald's McPick 2 menu. And by your local Ford stores. There's the back-to-school giveaway from today's ball game. That's compliments to the folks at ShopRite. Get your pencil pouch. You got a notebook. You get a binder, some pencils with the Phillies logo and the Fanatic logo on it. Kids were smiling from the time they came into the ballpark today, and why not? They're going to represent their favorite ball club when they head back to school. As Aaron Altair hits one foul. Well, here we are in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Cardinals on top. Down the right field line. 0-2. Rain has started to fall ever so lightly here at Citizens Bank Park. On the inside corner, and Altair's down looking. And that is the third strikeout for Mike Leake. Follow Phillies baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. Franco hits a high chopper to third, and Peralta has time and then floats the throw across the diamond for the second out. Here's the pitch to Altair.
Wow.
See? A bit inside.
Oh, it's definitely inside by 3 inches.
Yep.
And that's a long 3 inches is a lot to a hitter. You know?
Yeah, if they have an understanding of the strike zone, that is a lot.
The thing is, Molina's getting up and throwing it around. He did it on Cesar Hernandez, the first batter of the game. He's getting up, throwing around like it's a for sure strike.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you probably feel like you and that guy behind you are in a kind of a partnership, you know, boom,
Yeah.
boom, bing, bing. You know, if I throw it down, if you better yell strike if I start to throw it down.
I've done it, though. I've thrown it around when the umpires called it a ball. They don't like that.
Just say my bad.
No. Said I had that pitch there. It's a ball, Ben.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Howard. And he lays off 2-2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Washington is shutting out Atlanta 4-0. Bryce Harper, a 3-run home run, his 22nd of the season. Swing and a miss. Howard strikes out. And a 1-2-3 third inning for Mike Leake. We've completed 3. On to the 4th. Cardinals 1, Phillies 0. Cardinals on top 1-0. They scored a run in the first inning of today's ball game. They have just the 1 hit. Well, before the ball game, you know, with the Olympics going on in Rio, we got a lot of homegrown talent that are participating as part of the United States. And this is Kelsey Worrell, Olympic swimmer and gold medalist from Team USA, wearing her gold medal from the Rio Games. Sun was out at that point. A little bit of rain going right now. And she is standing by with Greg Murphy. Murph?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tom, even with the rain, that thing is pretty darn shiny, this gold medal that Kelsey has around her neck. First of all, welcome back to the States. I know you just got back a couple of days ago. The Olympic experience for you, just in a nutshell, how was it?
It was incredible. I'm so honored to have represented our country, but it's great to be back and at a Phillies game.
You know, we're going to talk about these Phillies in just a second, but yeah, take us through it. Your first go around at the Olympics, and hopefully not your last, but you know, you get to experience it all. Was there anything that was surprising to you, or anything that caught you off guard?
Nothing super surprising. It was awesome. The meet was 8 days long, but it was the most fun I've ever had. It's way longer than ever before, but that I've been to. But we had a blast. I can't even pick a favorite race, and the whole world is there. And people from we had so much fun trading pins, and everyone's always decked out in their country's gear, and it's a blast.
When you say to folks from all over the world, yeah, I'm from South Jersey. I went to Rancocas Valley High School. Do you get any kind of reaction? Are people like, no, where is that?
There's actually quite a few people from New Jersey, but a lot of North Jersey people, so we don't exactly relate, but it's cool.
Take us through the experience that getting through the Olympics. I mean, you know, you just you wowed everybody. You're a butterflyer, as most folks know. You kind of wowed everybody and burst onto the scene. You had an unbelievable college season at the University of Louisville. So, just when did you get the feeling that, man, this might happen?
Well, each year I improved a little bit more, and it wasn't until last year when I dropped a lot of time, and then I was ranked worldwide and really high in the country that I thought, okay, maybe I actually might have a shot at this, and I can allow myself to dream. And then everything came together this year, and I had a great meet. Our whole university team did, and it was so much fun. And then we trained together for 3 weeks as an Olympic team, and I actually went to a Braves game, and we were playing the Phillies. So I got to cheer for the Phillies in Atlanta, and it was a blast. The
gold medal is from the 4x100 medley, and what was it like when you watched your teammate touch that wall for the gold medal?
Yeah, right. I wasn't exactly swimming in the final, so I stood alongside my prelims team, and we just hugged each other and congratulated each other as we cheered as hard as we could for those other girls in the final.
And now 2020 is certainly in the cards, right? That's the hope.
God willing, I'm going to keep training and pray that I enjoy it and stay healthy, and I'll do my best to do even better in Tokyo.
And before I let you go, yeah, you get to sit back and watch a Phillies game, which is a very normal thing to do, but you're a big sports fan and a big Phils fan as well.
I am, and it's awesome. I love baseball. It's one of my favorite sports to watch, so I'm having a great time with my family here and enjoying a little bit time out of the water.
Well, Kelsey, I know I speak for a lot of Americans when we say we really enjoyed watching your entire U.S. Olympic swim team do what you guys did over there and dominate in Rio. So congratulations to you, and congratulations on the hard work.
Thanks.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Murph, thank you. We appreciate that. 0-1 pitch to Peralta is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A home run by Brandon Moss has made it a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Cardinals. Speaking of the Olympics, the men's basketball team will be going for gold just a little while in Rio. Women's basketball team won it yesterday. A little low, 2-1. We've been enamored by the volleyball that's been going on today. The men seem to have outgrown the court.
There's just no space. You look at it, there's no
nothing.
space.
There's a lot of courts men have outgrown.
Well, that's true. 2-2 to Peralta.
You might say that about tennis. You definitely say about the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Opposite way, Borges comes on. It'll drop in front of him for a hit. Well, here's Moss's swing of that opposite field home run.
That was a first pitch curveball, if I'm not mistaken. Right kind of in the middle of the plate, you know, the old get me over curve. And Brandon Moss has not having a very good series here so far, and he jumped on that first pitch curve. You don't see the first pitch curve hit out very often.
23 home runs now from Moss, so he has 4 20 home run seasons in the big leagues. Spent time in the Phillies organization back in 2011. He had 23 home runs, 80 RBIs for Lehigh Valley. Got 6 at-bats up in the big club. It was 0 for 6 off the bench. Outside, 2-0. Out to left center field. Altair on the run, and they're not going to get that one. It's a one-hop off the wall. Peralta's not quick, and he'll hold up at third. But it's a double for Jed Jerko, his 6th of the year. Cardinals now have runners on second and third with 1 man down. So again, a little heavy lifting for Vince Velasquez.
That's a breaking ball again. Kind of away, and he extends his arms to get the sweet spot of the bat out to the ball. Hits it in that beautiful gap there in left center. Jerko continues to hit.
Well, now Randall Grichuk will be the batter. Grichuk struck out his first time up. 15 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Phillies will play the infield in, and they kind of have to at this point. They're down 2-0. Everybody knows the forecast in the dugout, the rain forecast. So they can't allow this to get out of hand before it becomes an official game. Velasquez had retired 9 straight before that home run to Brandon Moss.
So they just throw a ball out of the game if the pitcher doesn't like it. He threw him a ball, he threw it back. Umpire threw it out of the game. Is that ball gone for good?
That ball is gone. That is a BP ball somewhere.
Yeah, a strikeout would be huge right here.
Popped it up.
Oh my gosh. I thought I was going to have to make a decision.
Caught by somebody right in front of us. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. There we go.
You guys got 2.
Thank you.
Oh, he caught it off the carom.
You're right. That thing's coming in hot.
I got a ball. I got a ball. Everybody should get a ball.
I wonder if he's the one that caught the one that almost knocked Larry Anderson off his chair.
That's what he said. He said,
really?
I got 2, yeah.
1-2 to Grichuk. And off the mask of Carlos Ruiz. Put it in your pocket.
Big out here.
Big out with the pitcher on deck. Keep those runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. He got him. Grichuk strikes out for the 2nd time. Doesn't bother the run to the vacated bag at first. So Carlos watches him walk out of the circle. That's when he's automatically out. And there are 2 away for Mike Leake.
Not out of it yet, but you got to keep your foot on their necks right here. Good tight slider there. Grichuk obviously did not see the rotation. Very good fastball hitter, but he does struggle with off speed.
Now here's where you got to remember Leake's a good hitter. The first time up, we gave him a steady diet of breaking balls. Let's go the same way.
Breaking ball inside, 1-0. Leake has 6 career home runs. 1 last year, 1 the year before. I should say 2 last year.
He doesn't have good command, and that's a word that I'm not fond of, but I'll use it. Not good command of that breaking ball today. This is the pitcher hitting right here.
And he misses with the fastball. 3 balls and no strikes. Two outs in the 4th and 72 pitches.
You got to take 2 of them here, don't you?
I would think if you are Mike Leake, yeah. There's 1.
They got him. He's clapping his hands, the third base coach, so maybe he is swinging here, but you got to do the same thing again.
I would put the take on.
Right.
I would.
Maybe clap the hands as the take.
Could be.
No, he got the green light and he hits it into center field. 2 runs will score. It'll be a 2-run single for Leake. And it's now 4-0 Cardinals.
He must know something we don't know. I mean, we knew he was a good hitter, but good enough to swing 3 and 1 with men on second and third.
Well,
Guess so.
You know exactly what you're getting there. I guess that's what the Cardinals were thinking. Fastball center cut. Vince knows it.
Well, he's to blame him. He can only blame himself, falling behind 3-0 to the pitcher. Breaking ball, fastball low. Fastball for a strike and then base hit.
Ball's grounded foul. And it's 0-1. Garcia is 1 for 2.
Pitchers come out and take batting practice every day back when you played, Mike?
Yes.
They did?
Yes.
So they have their own pitchers group. They come out
Yes.
before the team?
They didn't do that when you played, Ben, or did they?
Oh, they did.
Okay.
If they had the DH in the National League, they wouldn't need to.
Up and in. Tapper right of the mound. Velasquez has it. And that'll wrap up the 4th for the Cardinals, but they score 3 runs in the inning. A home run by Moss and a 2-run single by the opposing pitcher. 4-0 Cards as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You buy Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com to find your RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go Phils. 4-0 Cardinals as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. That young lady's hoping for a little Phillies offense. Carlos Ruiz will lead it off against Leake. It'll be Ruiz, Herrera, and Galvis. 5, 6, and 7 for the Phils here in the home 4th inning. Rain looks like it is let up a little bit, so just cloudy now. Carlos takes off the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. Carlos grounded out his first time up. He had a couple runners on base. Pete figured he'd let Carlos catch today, and Rupp's going to catch both games in Chicago on Tuesday and Wednesday. And a base hit up the middle for Ruiz. AA paper is a major league upgrade you can make for your everyday business printing. Made from 100% sustainable pulp and high quality fibers that allow for a smooth surface and no jam copying and printing. Order by 11:30 and get same day delivery from who? But WB Mason.
Second ball in a row. Carlos Ruiz has squared up.
It's unfortunate his last one with the runners on. I mean, he hit it hard right at the second baseman. 6-game hitting streak now for Carlos. 375 since July 1st.
Since the stance change, huh?
Yeah. Amazing.
Odubel singled his first time up. He takes outside.
This is where I throw a take sign out there again too. I mean, we're down 4-0. Rain threatening. We need to get base runners any way we can get them. And I said this many times till I'm blue in the face. You got to give the pitcher a chance to walk some people.
Well, there you go. Now it's 3-0. Now, when you manage, would you do that, Mike?
Yes,
would you make
I
them?
would. To the point where my guys probably wouldn't like me.
Did you do that when you managed that?
Yes.
In Clearwater?
But I understand and am aware of sometimes how not doing that can benefit a hitter too if the score's out of whack. But there's 3 kinds of hitting. Come from behind, and well, actually 2. You're the behind in the game, you're tied, or you're ahead. Tied and ahead is very much the same.
Right.
Behind is totally different.
3-1 is hit in the air to center field. Going back on it is Grichuk toward the edge of the track, makes the catch. And it's 1 away. Freddie Galvis is coming up.
I thought that was just a bit off the end. I think Odubel thought he got it just from his reaction, but we've seen him do that before. But I was just watching his reaction, so I assumed it was going out, but it didn't.
Galvis takes on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Well, it's a special day here at the ballpark. Joe DeRazio is celebrating his 100th birthday. There he is with his grandkids, great grandkids, and they're here with the entire family celebrating 100 years Watches every Phillies game, loves the Phillies, and has for a long time, as you can imagine. So happy birthday, Joe. It's great that you get a chance to enjoy it with your family.
That's awesome.
That is tremendous. His granddaughter booked the party and brought everybody together. As Ruiz goes, Galvis rolls it foul, and it's 1-2. I think the great thing about these T-shirts, the pop-up has the Phillies P.
Oh, nice.
He does look
That's
spry.
my name as well.
Pop-up?
Yeah.
Pop-up.
Well, here's an idea for you right here. I don't think Joe would mind if you got one of those shirts.
Weekends with Pop-up.
Yeah. We call Larry that every once in a while, too, Mike.
Do you?
Larry Anderson, yeah. I don't know how much he likes us calling him pop-up. You like being called pop-up.
By certain people, by those two little girls.
Well, happy birthday, Joe. We're glad you got a chance to enjoy it here at the ballpark. And more importantly, with all your family and friends.
Boy, did Leake miss his spot there. Wanted a fastball away, and that ball was in the inner half. Going back to it again. Try and get it there anyway.
Galvis fouls it toward the Hall of Fame club. Pretty neat to be at a Phillies game when you're 100 years old, enjoying it with your family. I mean, look at all those people that are there to embrace him. And
that has to be the son next to him, doesn't it?
I would think it is.
1916.
How cool would it be to have a son that's
close to 80?
80?
Yeah. Tapper foul, and it remains 1-2.
Think about that. 1916.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my grandmother, she has passed away, but she always said she was born in 1912. She never said 19, though. She said, I was born in 12. But, I mean, that's just 4 years after. That's hard to believe. 1916.
Out of play again. It remains 1-2.
Win the battle, Freddie.
Freddie trying to get on, keep this thing alive. Peter Borges is on deck. Home half of the fourth inning. Phillies trail it by 4. And he got him. Threw him a breaking pitch. So now all of a sudden 2 outs. And Peter Borges the batter.
He threw them all, ends up getting with that back foot curveball. Curveball really not a pitch he throws a whole lot, just 6.1% of the time coming into today. That's the pitch originally that Yadier wanted about 4 pitches ago, and he kept shaking.
So now with 2 outs and a runner at first, Borges is up, and Borges hits a foul off to the third base side. And near the Cardinals dugout, 0-1. Mike Leake accomplished something that only one other Cardinals pitcher accomplished in the history of their franchise. He had back-to-back double-digit strikeout games without walking anybody. The only other guy to do it in the history of the Cardinals is Bob Gibson.
Mike Leake and Bob Gibson.
Mike Leake and Bob Gibson.
Really back-to-back strikeout, Tim. I'll be darned.
Yeah, back-to-back this year, back-to-back strikeout
Double
games, and he had 10 and 11 and no walks. Wow, that was part of that July where he didn't walk anybody. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And he picks up his 6th strikeout in today's game. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Phils. 4 in the books. We roll to the 5th. Happy birthday, Joe. Phillies family packs are available for select weekend home games. 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Colas for $100. For information and to order, visit the ticket section at Phillies.com. Murph's trying to sell some family packs right now.
I think the sprinkler, by the way, was started in the year he was born.
It's no longer a new dance. Well, we move to the 5th inning, and Piscotty will lead it off. On the outside corner, it's 0-1. Well, Murph is always looking for some birthday cake.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I tried to slide into that party.
Did you get?
I'll tell you, Mr. Durazio gave me one piece of advice.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it was pretty good. He said, stay young. That's I said, I'm going to try. I said, you too. 100 years old. It's just awesome. Surrounded by his family like that.
It's great that he gets a chance to enjoy it. It's fantastic.
You imagine what that gentleman has seen in his life.
What he has seen. Oh, I mean, beyond the baseball field. Scotty takes up and away, 1-2.
Imagine blowing out 100 candles.
Be a heavy cake. Whew. Be a big cake. You know, we didn't ask what he did for a living, for all those years. That would be kind of neat to see what he did. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit well. Deep to left field. Altair going back, looking up. It is gone. Towering home run for Stephen Piscotty. That's his 18th of the year.
The breaking ball is not there today.
5-0 Cardinals on top.
If I'm not mistaken, that was a slider. Something sliding away from the hitter that just kind of hung there for him. Here you see it. See, well, actually, a curveball up in the strike zone. Boy, you don't see curveballs hit like that very often. Even Hanger.
Yep. Matt Carpenter swings at the first pitch to Altair out in left. Looking through the raindrops, makes the catch. By the way, the 2 home runs the Cardinals have hit, it's the 14th consecutive game with at least 3 extra base hits, which is new franchise record. But the 2 home runs they've hit today, they now have 34 more home runs than last year, than all of last year. Brandon Moss homered his last time up. Fastball swung on and missed. Moss has 2 RBIs today. pops it up. Shallow center field. Odubel Herrera comes running in.
I'll tell you what, Moss didn't. He missed 3 more RBIs by 2 feet in the first at bat.
You're right. The ball went 398 feet that he hit in the first inning. The Scotty's home run, estimated distance 416. Molina swings at the first pitch. You guys see a pattern here by the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Time now for our Hyundai defensive play of the game. This is Moss's at bat that Mike was talking about.
Odubel ranges way back and jumps and is looking at the ground. Watch this. Sticks the glove up, and I'm not looking at it, but the ball's going in my glove. But great play. Who says you have to watch it in your glove?
That's incredible that he was able to reel it in.
And that's the Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. I get that Hyundai diet mixed up.
Ball's caught out of the air. He wraps up the top of the 5th inning, but another run for the Cardinals. On a home run, they lead at 5-0. Middle of the 5th inning, Velasquez due to lead things off. Time now for your Citizens Bank Minor League Report. And last night, Lehigh Valley lost to Syracuse 6-5. Darren Ruff hit another home run. He has 3 RBIs. John Ritchie helped Reading defeat Erie 5-2, 6 innings, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Clearwater defeated Daytona 5-1, and Lakewood defeated Delmarva 4-2. Jose Pujols, 23 home runs down in Lakewood for a young kid. I mean, we look at Dylan Cousins and what he's done, and Reese Hoskins and what he's done. It's a big ballpark in Lakewood, and he's still a young kid. 23 home runs in Single A. We start the bottom of the 5th inning. Vince Velasquez will lead it off against Mike Leake. Off the end of the bat, foul. Velasquez singled his last time up. And Velasquez is down looking. 7 strikeouts for Mike Leake. I guess he was fooled on that pitch.
I don't know. He went up there hacking at the first pitch, little slider, and then he takes that one. I just didn't see it.
I'll tell you, the only thing I would think about that at bat would be they got to get the weather report in the dugout, right?
Yeah.
And I would think the play by Yachty on the bunt, he probably wanted a little bit more of that to third base. But I would think they'd be looking at it as sort of a 9th inning approach, right? when rains come, they're supposed to come. You let the pitcher hit to lead off the inning. You got to try to mount a comeback here pretty quick, don't you?
Well, you do. You need runs. You need base runners. Well, 2 outs now for Aaron Altair. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and gone down looking. Outside corner 0-1. One ball, 2 strikes to Altair. Altair does have a single today. That one's off his foot.
Good one to hit there. And you look at Lake, there's nothing special. I mean, it's not like you look at, it's not overpowering by any means. He just throws strike after strike. He attacks the strike zone.
Fly ball to left center field. And Piscotty will settle under it. Makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th inning. This is an official ball game. We go to the 6th. Phillies down 5-0. Philly of the Week arrived in Philadelphia in 2003 and realized Philadelphia was a perfect fit. 101 home runs and countless moments later, Jim Thome and his family became permanent members of the Phillies family. 13 years later, Jim becomes a permanent member of Phillies history. His contagious smile and gentleman-like personality has won over so many in the game of baseball. The big man's return was a special one. He's the newest member of the Wall of Fame. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, back here at Citizens Bank Park, the rain is not affecting those youngsters. They still want to run against each other, and they run the bases out near Bull's Barbecue. Johnny Peralta leads it off here in the 6th inning. And he grounds one toward the hole. Diving stop, Franco to his feet and just didn't get a grip on the baseball. And it'll be an infield hit.
Another hit for Johnny Peralta. Nice stop by Michael. Sometimes you kind of land on your glove and you can't seem to make the exchange quick enough. This is pretty good extension right here. Yeah. Did not get it, plus probably wouldn't have got him anyway. It's good play.
Here's Jed Jerko. Jerko doubled his last time up. Scored a run. He also grounded back to the pitcher. 2 and 1-2 on the outside part of the plate. 93 on that fastball. Foul tip, and Ruiz hangs on. Number 1 here in the 6th inning.
Well, that was some real good fastball command right there. The only ball he threw was just barely off the outside corner, like 93 at the outside corner.
Yeah. It is something, though, how the long ball has plagued Vince Velasquez. I mean, it's been something.
But you would agree, though, that's all part of the command, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the 1 home run was on a breaking ball today by Moss, but that hasn't been the case with the home runs he's given up.
I think these hitters are just gearing up for that heater. They know he throws it.
No, Piscotty hit a curveball for a home run as well.
Oh, was it a curveball?
First pitch.
1 ball and 1 strike.
No, Moss's home run was the first pitch, but Piscotty hit a hanging breaking ball. Long home run.
Well, since the All-Star break, the opposition is averaging just under 5 runs per game against Velasquez. Swing and a miss, 2-2, 94 on that heater.
I heard you talking the other day. It was a Friday. You were talking about Ryan Howard holding men on first base, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder that same thing quite often. How you can bring that ball back to that to the front of that bag as fast in that position as you can by by touching the base with your right foot.
Right. Because the ball's going to be moving faster than your glove on the tag.
Foul tip and another strikeout for Velasquez. Boy, he's just rearing back right now, and his command is a tad better in this inning. Well, the final visit of the Atlanta Braves begin on Friday, September 2nd. A 3-game series, 2 night games, and then the day game on Sunday at 1:35. You can get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Come out and get your crab fries. Here is Leake, who had a 2-run single his last time up. Safe to say that that's really the backbreaker of that inning.
That's the big hit of the game right now. And you remember in that at bat, slider for a ball, fastball for a ball. Went down 3-0 to the pitcher and ended up giving up the 2-run single.
In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, one thing, you look at all his pitches. I mean, he throws everything hard. He just does. Everything is hard, hard, hard. So if he does make a mistake with the slider or with the curveball, it's not that drastic in difference in speed off his fastball. I mean, he'll throw sliders at 86, 87. Sometimes his fastball is at 92. So if that pitch is elevated, they're going to catch up to it.
Yeah, you're right. Everything's in a little 95 to 86 box.
Yeah.
most of the time, like 92 to 87, 88. Yep. First thing they say, like you said, about a pitcher like that, well, everything's hard, everything's hard. And you're exactly right. There's not a big gap where there's a slow curve. There's a real nasty splitter.
You see right there, I mean, that's just not that drastic a difference in speed. Now you have a guy, conversely, like a Kenta Maeda, who we saw the other night with the Dodgers. Guys like him, I didn't stand a chance against because he'd throw a curveball at 68, then he'd throw a fastball at 92. I just wasn't that good. That was too drastic for me. Guys that threw everything hard, I like because it just wasn't that big a variance.
Yeah, so your timing was not disrupted as much.
Exactly.
Two strikes.
Another thing I like out of a pitcher, and you don't see it very often, is wind-up variation. You know, soft wind-up, a quicker wind-up, a turn the back, a little bit of a, you know, something different to show the hitter, to screw with their mind a little bit. Isn't Cueto the guy that has done so well with that?
Swing and a miss. Leake strikes out for the second time. 3 straight strikeouts for Velasquez. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. On to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Phils trail the Cardinals 5-0. Is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery's new instant game, Wonder Bucks. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy rights. That's David Hernandez warming up in the bullpen, so you figure he'll pitch the 7th inning. As he warms up, Mike Leake has finished his warm-up tosses. Maikel Franco is coming up to the plate. Tony Randazzo ran off at the end of the inning. He may have had to use the men's room. Maybe change his shirt or something. So DJ Rayburn is telling Maikel Franco to hold up. Bill Welke's popping out. I didn't see him go out, but I think that Randazzo had to change his chest protector is what they just signaled.
You think they bring 2 chest protectors? I guess they would.
Well, that or maybe Bill Welke went in and let him use his. A reminder that Sunday, October 2nd is Fan Appreciation Day. It's our way to say thank you to the best fans in baseball. Final game of the regular season. Plan for plenty of prizes and surprises. Order your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. There's Tony. Maikel Franco will begin the home 6th inning. The Phillies trailing at 5-0. And he rips that first pitch into the hole and left. And Maikel has his first hit of the day. Third time today the Phillies have had the leadoff batter aboard.
A good pitch to hit there. Little cutter up in the zone.
Well, Leake's already reached his quota in walks, so you might as well go to hacking.
He is going to be around the plate. He only has the 1 walk, averages under 2 a game. And Howard hits one off the glove of Leake, off the leg of the umpire. Franco's going to win the foot race to third. And there are runners on first and third.
Pinball machine out there.
That'll be a base hit for Ryan Howard.
Off the glove, off the ump, and up the middle. I believe that ump helped us out there a little bit.
Oh, I think he may have. It certainly enabled Franco to go to third.
No one's there.
The umpires are part of the playing field. Usually if they're in front of the bag, it's, you know, the play is dead, but because it deflected off of the body or the glove of the player, he's part of the playing field. Here's Ruiz with runners on first and third. He takes on the outside corner 0-1.
Carlos hit 2 balls hard in this game. Singled up the middle his last time up. A little old-fashioned rally going here.
Outside 1-2. I was a little surprised they were going to come inside on that to Carlos. Maybe they're coming inside now to go outside again with a count 1-2.
Or they just want to get him to roll one over here, see if you can see a run for a double play.
That little guy staying dry, got the umbrella up over top. He is ready to go. He is focused on something.
Man. Laser focus. What a cute little guy he is, huh?
Carlos pops it up right side. Jerko out to shallow right field, makes the catch. And there's one away. And Odubel Herrera, who is 1 for 2 in this ball game, will be the batter. Herrera is singled. He's also flied out to center field. Shallow center field. Grichuk is under it. Franco tagging from third. And Franco just draws the throw. 2 outs and runners on first and third.
Well, it's safety first. Coaching there, it could go either way. Most likely most likely he would have made it. But the scope of things, it doesn't matter. He's still there in scoring position, and why risk it when you're down 5? The hitter gets a little perturbed with that. You know, you get an at bat, you don't get an RBI, and I think a Borgios or Hernandez for sure would have been sent.
Right. Yeah, a lot of that is dictated by the arm, obviously the outfielder, but the speed of the guy on third, and Mike Kell just does not run all that well.
Quite honestly, I'm surprised they even threw it all the way to the mound. Figured he'd just throw it to second base.
Freddie trying to walk that off as he takes the foul ball off the foot.
And you get to that point where you know the pain's not going anywhere. You said, let's just get to it. Let's just get back at it.
90 pitches for Leake. Oh, 2.
Looks outside.
Is it me, or does Freddie have a lot of 1-2-0-2 counts?
I would agree, Mike.
Grounds that one over to first. Carpenter takes the big pinball hop and takes it right to the bag. The Phils get 2 on to start the inning. They do not score, but hey, the cotton candy does taste really good even on a rainy day. Phillies down 5-0 as we go to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. Well, Brandon Moss and Stephen Piscotty have both hit home runs. What's new? The Cardinals have done that more often than anybody else in the National League. Mike Leake has kept the Phils off balance with 6 innings of shutout baseball. He also has a 2-run single, which is a big blow in that 3-run 4th inning. Beyond that, the Phils have had base runners, but have been able to manage a whole lot. David Hernandez takes over for Vince Velasquez, who scattered 7 hits and 7 strikeouts over 6 innings of work. And the first pitch to Greg Garcia is in there. It's 0-1. Garcia is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the first. He's also flied out and grounded out. Ground ball over to second, backhanded by Cesar. So David gets an out on the first ball, ground out. And Piscotty's coming up. Scotty's 1 for 2 today. Mentioned he walked his first time up, but homered back in the 5th inning. Kind of get the feeling that a guy like this has really just scratched the surface on what he's going to be able to accomplish in the big leagues.
I agree, Tom. I really like him, and he knows he's going to play every day. He's got a good approach up there. He does use the whole field.
That's nice numbers. 18 home runs, 68 RBIs. Getting at 23 to 25, and you know, 85 to 90.
2 home runs from 20 for the year. 1 double from 30 for the year.
41
right.
walks to go along with it.
He's down on strikes, 94-mile-an-hour heater. And 2 quick outs for Hernandez. And Matt Carpenter's coming up. All right, time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, guys, what Cardinals pitcher won both games of a doubleheader against the Phillies on July 1st, 1979?
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, I'll go. I actually had five guys down here. Bruce Sutter, Ken Daly, Todd Worrell, Jim Cott I have down here, believe it or not.
He could do it. He could do it.
But the winner is that old Mark Littell.
Mark Littell is correct.
And Ben helped me with that. He doesn't want a lot of credit.
You're not supposed to give away secrets.
Ben's research department must have checked that one out for everybody. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. By the way, in those 2 games, he went an inning and 2/3 in game 1, won 13-7 by the Cardinals, and an inning and a third in game 2, won 2-1 by the Cardinals.
That was back when the closers would pitch 2 innings.
Swing and a miss. Matt Carpenter goes down on strikes. Ben, you're lucky that the inning ended, because otherwise I was going to ask you some more trivia questions about that game just to see if you were prepared for it.
I remember that from when I was 2.
Yeah, I was just going to say. See if you were watching.
Yeah, the Odubel catch is one of the bright spots from today's ball game, where the Phillies trailing at 5-5. Time now for a GMC Precision Plays of the Game. The reason there haven't been many bright spots is because of Mike Leake and what he's been able to do here this afternoon. really keeping the Phillies off balance, mixing his pitches in and leaving runners on base. So far, he's left 7 runners on base through 6 innings.
He has been just really, really good. Both sides of the plate. I am very impressed with his command of both sides of the plate. He's doing it with that cutter on both sides. He's doing it with the changeup. Obviously with his fastball, mixing a few curveballs, a few sliders, but they are your GMC precision plays of the game.
Well, he'll go to the 7th inning and he'll face Peter Borges. And then Jimmy Paredes will be out as a pinch hitter for the Phils. 6 innings, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Borges is 1 for 2. He has singled. He's also struck out. Not sure what the home plate umpire Tony Randazzo is waiting for. Oh, he's waiting for the clock to wind down. Well, the clock must have started a little late. But I guess because of God Bless America in between innings, maybe that's when it started, after it was over with. 0-1 to Peter Borges. Phillies have 7 hits today, but have managed no runs. 0-2 to Borges as he fouls it off to the right.
See that swing right there, that's the one that I have issues with. It's 0-1 count. It's not 0-2 or 1-2. You're going to take a swing like that and an 0-1 pitch. And I'm not trying to pick on Peter, but I'd like to see a little bit more aggressiveness. And if it's not the pitch that you want, who cares? 0-2, then you go to battle.
Tell you what, I like that.
Yeah. If you're a hitter, you love that.
Use that elbow pad,
yeah.
right?
Jimmy Paredes will be the hitter.
I guess you can't argue that an effort needs to be made to get out of the way of the ball. I saw Pete Rose many times just kind of turn his knee right into a fastball down and in, especially with 2 strikes. And, you know, basically he just held his ground right there. Boom. Let it hit him in the elbow.
Saw Chase do that for years.
Paredes lines it to right field, and it's caught. Wow. Scotty makes a scrambling catch. And the first out is recorded here in the 7th.
Wow, good play. Dangerous play. There's that Piscotty again.
Yeah, I thought this ball was going to get down, but Piscotty comes in, makes a good sliding catch. Head right down on it. You're right, that is dangerous because that ball gets by him. It's 2nd and 3rd. Actually, he's probably just man on 3rd. Borges most likely would score on that.
Hernandez tied up inside, 0-1.
Well, the only thing, Ben and I are kind of looking at each other cringing because of all the early in the at-bat swinging they're doing. You know, Paredes lines out on the first pitch after we get a first man on base, and then Hernandez swings at the first pitch. And again, till I'm blue in the face, I can say behind 5 runs in a game, you got to give a pitcher a chance to make some mistakes and walk some hitters. But then again, the comeback might be this guy doesn't walk anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had more issue with the pitch that he swung at. You're going to take that. If you get a fastball right down the middle, then go ahead, feel free. But not at that first pitch, down and in, almost hitting your back knee.
3 balls, 1 strike to Cesar.
Well, I got one for you right here. This pitch needs to be taken. Right?
Get the big boys up.
Has to be taken. I don't know what's going to happen, but in my game, this pitch, the take sign is on. It prevents the batter from swinging at a ball just off the plate. Umpire could have called that pitch a ball, right?
Yeah. Tapper foul, remains 3-2. Aaron Altair on deck. Phil's down 5-0.
If you get one more base runner here early, I mean, boom, one swing of the bat and you're only 2 runs down.
Cesar strikes out. Yadier Molina holds on. Yeah, there are 2 outs. Aaron Altair worked hard to get back on the field after suffering a wrist injury in spring training. His next battle is to prove he belongs in the bigs. And as a starter in the Phillies outfield, watch Phillies Clubhouse tonight at 11 here on CSN. So 2 away. Altair singled his first time up. He's 1 for 3. And 2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Miami and Pittsburgh are moving along in their ball game. They're in the top of the 8th inning. Miami leads at 3-2. Christian Yelich, a solo home run, his 15th of the year. Ground ball softly to shortstop. And Garcia will flip it over across the diamond. Side is retired. Phillies leave 1. We have played 7. We go to the 8th inning. Phillies down 5-0. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. The annual clearance sale is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Jefferson, call 800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by Chevrolet, visit your local dealer at chevydealer.com. Well, day at the ballpark. The Phils wrap up this homestand. Been a lot happening on this homestand so far. Today, the Phils are lacking some offense. Cardinals jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the first, added 3 in the fourth, and 1 more in the fifth against Vince Velasquez. And now as we go to the 8th inning, Frank Herman will be the new pitcher. Herman suffered the loss in game 1 of this series, giving up the run in his second inning of relief work. And he will face Brandon Moss to start things off. Moss homered back in the fourth. He has 2 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 in the game. A Fastball upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes.
David Hernandez threw the ball very well.
Picked up a couple strikeouts along the way in his scoreless inning of work. Two and one. 93 on that fastball to Moss. Phillies play Moss to pull on the right side of the infield. It'll be Moss, Yadier Molina, and Johnny Peralta for the Cardinals. Upstairs, 3 and 1. Talking to Pete today at his office, he was talking about the bullpen, and he's beyond excited about what Ramos, and Neris, and Gomez have done. And he's already thinking about 2017 and how to reinforce the back end even more. Ball's popped up. Long run for Ruiz over toward the Cardinals dugout and reaches back and makes the catch as he falls to the ground.
Was not an easy one. You're probably wondering, where's Michael? Well, Michael was playing behind second base due to the shift. That was all Chooch. That's a heck of a play because that ball is going away from you.
That's a great shot right there.
Yeah.
You may think, oh, Chooch overran it and he was able to cover himself, but the way that ball was coming back, excellent play by Chooch.
Now Yadier Molina, who is 0 for 3, and he swings at the first pitch and hits it foul toward the Hall of Fame club. Gentleman casually knocked it down and then picked it up on one hop. Atta babe. Opposite way. That's pretty well hit. Toward the corner. It is foul.
Jeez.
Guy with the Ozzie Smith jersey. He's all frustrated thinking, man, I should have had that one. Got to leave your feet.
Now you got to watch the Wizard play.
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Something you ought to try to take that guy out on a double play.
Impossible.
Oh, I tried everything.
Elusive.
I tried everything. I don't even think I could, make contact, touch him. And
Fly ball to right field.
come on.
2 outs. We'll get back to that because I got a funny story from Sarge about that. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. He's going to update us on what's going on around baseball. Murph.
I love that story from Sarge. I'm looking forward to hearing your version of it, Tom. But yeah, it's our T-Mobile greater coverage of baseball. The Pirates have lost their third baseman, Young Ho Gong, to the 15-day disabled list. He strained his shoulder last night, sliding headfirst into second base. That is a big loss. Josh Bell has been called back up from AAA to fill that void. Of course, the Pirates are just 2 games out in that wild card chase. They'll hope to get him back soon. The news is better for the Miami Marlins. They are getting word that maybe Giancarlo Stanton will be back before the end of the season. He is recovering from that grade 3 strain in his groin and originally was, pretty much written off for the rest of the season. But Giancarlo Stanton says it feels pretty good and he thinks he can come back before the end of the year and contribute. Those Marlins, well, they are a game and a half out of the wild card. So 2 big players in the postseason race, one coming back, one leaving their team. We'll see how it affects them as they go down the stretch, guys.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. It'd be huge to have him back in that lineup. They've been able to piece it together somewhat with him out and winning today 3-2 in the 8th inning over the Pirates. No balls and 2 strikes to Johnny Peralta. The dirt 1-2.
So Ozzie, yeah, I mean, you slide in, you think you got him, he's right there, and he does some kind of scissor thing, or and where'd he go? Where'd he go? So I can imagine Sarge, because he's one of the great double play breakup men of all time.
Sarge went in hard one time, and I'll say it really fast because there's 2 strikes. He went in real hard, real tight. He's like, I'm going to get him this time. I got him sized up, and all of a sudden he slides in, and he does a little tumble, and Ozzy's all of a sudden gone, and he runs as he throws the ball to first base, runs back to the dugout. He says, hey, man, you okay? And Sarge had no idea where he was. He just did a jump over top of him, and Sarge is tumbling. Big old.
That's a one-of-a-kind guy right there, Ozzie Smith. What a great guy he is. I've gotten to know him real well since the Hall of Fame.
Check swing by Peralta. He did not go, and it's 2-2.
There were a couple second basemen like that. You never knew they would take the throw from the shortstop or third base, but you never knew. Sometimes they'd cross over the bag, over second base, so you couldn't get him on the left side. You think he's going to be on the right side. Sometimes they take it and step backwards. Some guys they take it, move to the right, and then make the throw. Some guys were just very elusive.
Imagine if we had a defensive player nowadays would come out and do a back handspring with a round off and land on their feet and then take their ground balls.
Line drive to right center field. Odubel just can't get it. It's past his glove. And Peralta's on his way to second, and he will get there with a double.
I tell you, we got Peralta out in the first inning in a big at-bat with a strikeout with 2 outs. A couple men on. He's got 3 knocks since then.
You can go to right field with anybody. With anybody.
Oh. Did that get the edge of his glove?
Looked like it. Maybe just nicked it.
Might have been able to leave his feet to make that catch. Peralta was probably only going to get second anyway, even if he had missed it. Just missed getting to it, though. So now Jed Jerko. Jerko is 1 for 3. Grounded out, doubled and scored, struck out. He blasts that one into the. Went to the second deck. It looked like it was going toward the third deck. Five runs on 8 hits for the Cardinals. No runs on 7 hits for the Phils. Jerko has 1 of those hits. Oh man, he ripped the mask right off Ruiz. He's going to need a new strap.
Never seen
that. Ever seen that?
Never. See Chooch with his helmet backwards now. At the beginning of the game, he had it actually turned around the other way. It was a bit glary early on.
You can wear that helmet forward with a mask?
You can. It will cut down on the glare. It doesn't feel as comfortable. But yes, a lot of people do it.
He didn't used to do it early on in his career.
No, but he did it early in
this ball game.
In the game, yeah. Saltalamacchia does it. He's the one that jumps out right away, that wears the helmet forward.
The balls and 2 strikes to Jerko as Herman's ready. Roller foul, and it remains 0-2.
Wellington Castillo does it from the Diamondbacks as well.
Count remains no balls and 2 strikes, and Ruiz will walk the ball out to the mound for Herman. Matt Bowman is warming up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. All right, here we go. Do we have a missed opportunity here? Yeah. Guy next to him looks disgusted.
So you got to make that play.
Upstairs, 1-2. Must be that suite, that area.
There've been a lot of foul balls up in this at this level today.
Gets away from Ruiz. Over to third goes Peralta. So now a runner at third with 2 men down. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Very rare, very, very rare will you see Chooch have a ball get away from him when he goes down to block it.
A little frustrated too with himself.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get down to both knees at the same time. He had one go down that throws you off balance, and you're not able to center the ball in your chest protector.
Down the right field line, that'll be out of play. In the Phillies, half of the 8th inning, Franco, Howard, and Ruiz are scheduled to bat. There's Grichuk, the number 8 hitter. I think that's part of this lineup. I mean, the fact that he bats 8th and has 15 home runs. Opposite way, hit well. Borges going back toward the scoreboard, and it is gone. Opposite field home run for Jed Jerko. His second extra base hit of the day, and it's now 7-0. Cardinals on top.
Well, he gets down and counts, and it doesn't faze him.
That's a heck of an at bat. I mean, he fouled off a little bit of everything.
What he did against Jedmar on Friday night.
Yeah, it's kind of the same at bat. Well, he's showing some good power. That's an 8-pitch AB.
Yeah, that's a great stroke on a ball thigh high away. Again, just goes to show you if a hitter's willing to use the whole field here at Citizens Bank Park, you can do some real damage.
Well, now Grichuk with the Cardinals up 7-0, and Grichuk pops it up. Carlos will give it a look. It's going to be out of play. 0-1.
Get 2 quick outs and a ball that probably could have been caught in center field, and next thing you know, the Cardinals putting up 2 more runs.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Three strikeouts, and you go up your 4th at bat, and you're 0-2.
And he's down on strikes, but that ball gets away from Ruiz. Grichuk will be safe at first. So 4 strikeouts, but that'll be a wild pitch. And Hazelbaker will pitch it for the Cards.
That's a tough day for Grichuk.
Yeah. Well, it is that kind of day where you're just going to pull your hair out, or somebody else's.
I know that looked like one that's thinking, I've had enough of this. Huh?
Look at that cute little guy, little chunk,
little bobblehead.
So now Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker started last night's ball game. Batted leadoff, hitting .249. Ball gets away from Ruiz, and Jerko goes to second. This is very unlike Carlos.
Yeah,
that's 3 wild pitches.
he's just not getting over. You can't really backhand that. You got to block it.
Out of play. Hazelbaker was released by the Dodgers last year. Dodgers got him from the Red Sox. And he was picked up a few days later by the Cardinals. And he hit well enough to make the team early on this year. Was then sent down. Got involved in a brawl down in the minor leagues in a game. Then was brought back up when Peralta was hurt again. It's kind of like found money when you get a guy that's been released by a team, traded by another, and he puts up 10 home runs
in very limited time.
Mm-hmm. That one came back 1-2. Well, some folks are still on their toes. That a guy making the Comets proud. Fights it off foul over the third base dugout or third base side. One and two. Little tapper. Just got a piece of it to hit it foul. Very fortunate to get into the 8th inning here, the way the weather was before the ball game.
Tell you, Ben, I marvel at the style of these Cardinals hitters. They all seem to, be similar inside the ball. I'm seeing a lot of foul balls by right-handers down the right field line. The same guy down the left field. They're just spraying the ball all over the ballpark. No predominantly pull guys. No. Yachty, Carpenter. Everybody's like. You have no idea where to hit. They're only shifting on one player on the team, aren't they?
Yeah, Moss. That was it. Telltale sign there.
Well, the foul ball, just like you were saying, sprays it out to the opposite way into the Hall of Fame club.
Yachty almost hits a home run down the 330 down the right field line. Gorchik.
Jerko.
Jerko. I was drawing a blank there, and I knew it was set. It was like it wasn't spelled, right?
Exactly.
Keep wanting to go. There's got to be a U in that thing somewhere, But he goes right center, left center. He's fouling balls down there, fouling balls off to right field.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
That goes to Mabry, John Mabry. The hitting coach, some credit.
Pops it up, and that will also be over the dugout and out of play. Hazelbaker to do it again.
It is something you don't see a lot of these hitters hitting foul balls to their pull side. So you're seeing lefties obviously hit down the third base side and righties go down the right field side. That means they have the proper path, the direct approach to the ball, not getting out and around it.
That ball's hit well, and it's not coming back. That's going to be a long pinch hit home run for Jeremy Hazelbaker. And it's now 9-0 Cardinals on top. That is the 14th pinch hit home run of the year for the Cardinals, and his 11th. And after fighting all those pitches off, that was a no doubt about it home run. And here comes Pete McCannon. He's going to make a double switch.
I'll tell you, that was a great at-bat, especially for a guy coming off the bench, right? 6 foul balls, 10 pitches. As we were talking about, foul it over there, boom, deep to right center.
2 2-run home runs for the Cardinals. Here comes Severino. Fans 15 and older, compliments of hers. It'll be given out on Saturday, September 17th. That's a 7:05 game against the Miami Marlins. It's all part of a 3-game series. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Well, the rain's starting to fall a little harder here in the top of the 8th inning. Jeremy Hazelbaker has just made it a 9-0 lead. And here's Garcia, who takes a fastball in the outside corner. Severino Gonzalez, a 4.50 ERA. Hazelbaker's home run went at an estimated 422. It went all of that. I mean, that was a shot. One and two. Go again. Another foul ball. This one by Garcia. A liner to right center field, and that'll drop for a hit. So Garcia has his second hit of the afternoon. And now the Cardinals are at 11 hits for the game.
Well, they just don't stop, you know. They can't get enough. They keep valuing these at-bats. That's impressive. They all count, no matter how far behind or ahead you are.
That's what we've been talking about a lot this year, just not giving away at bats. As Scotty fouls it away. On the inside corner, 0-2. Swing the bat, boys. it's going to go foul, but that's ball is launched.
Where did that come down?
It went down onto the concourse by HK's statue. That is some big-time power. There was a little kid that emerged from that umbrella, and he went running for it.
Now they're fouling off balls that are going to hit them.
They do have.
Look at under Amoroso's. Right over Harry. Yep, it went way back all right. And a line drive base hit to center field. Others on first and second.
They do have 10 strikeouts in the game.
You wouldn't know it.
But you wouldn't know it.
Phillies have made some mistakes in this inning. There's been a bunch of wild pitches.
Yeah, but 6 of them are the pitcher and Grichuk.
That is true. 10th time this year the Cardinals have had at least 4 home runs in a game. And Colton Wong will be the pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for Matt Carpenter. Jerko will come on to play first base, excuse me. Well, Wong will play first. Will play second. Tyler Goodell, just in the game as part of the double switch, will go back and make the catch, and the inning finally comes to a close. 9 men come to the plate in the inning for the Cardinals. They scored 4 runs. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 9-0 St. Louis on top of the Phillies. First raced in the E Street Band will be bringing the River Tour to Citizens Bank Park on Wednesday, September 7th and Friday, September 9th. Tickets are still available for both shows and can be purchased by visiting Phillies.com/Springsteen. 9-0 Cardinals are on top of the Phils as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Time now for our WV Mason deliveries of the game. Well, got a lot of home runs here today for the Cardinals.
Some deliveries. There's Brandon Moss with the first pitch breaking ball. delivering it right where it was pitched. There's Scotty.
Yeah.
Another curveball. In the 8th inning.
I thought these two home runs. These two home runs were impressive. These next
yes, they
two
were.
ones.
Low and away fastball after a long, tough at bat. Fouled off 4 or 5 pitches, and man, this is Hazelbaker coming off the bench like it's his last at bat of his life.
Michael Franco greets Matt Bowman with a single to left field.
Michael's getting his hits. Says, I'm going to get my hits on these first deliveries. Last time up, base hit on the first ball slider to left field. This time, base hit to left field on the first pitch.
Well, Bowman 2-4 with a 3.44 ERA.
You know, back in the day that Franco, in the day they'd take some of these guys out of the game.
Which is what the Cardinals have done. You know, they've got Moss playing first now, so Hazelbaker's in left.
Well, they took Carpenter out.
They did take Carpenter out. Yep.
I can't believe.
Don't tell me Molina's still sitting
in
back there.
I can't believe it.
Inside and low, 2-0.
But I would get Franco out. There's no reason to have him running the bases right now on this muddy field. 9-0.
This is the hardest it's rained today. We expected earlier that it would rain a little bit harder than it did. We've been fortunate to get this game to this point. 3 balls and no strikes, but it is an official ball game with the Cardinals up 9-0. Bowman out of Princeton University, where he was an all-Ivy shortstop. He also pitched, but he was an all-Ivy League shortstop. Little tapper off the first base line. He is from the D.C. area. Off the end of the bat towards shortstop. Peralta has it. They'll go to second for 1. And Howard will not draw the throw. So a fielder's choice. Put out goes 6-5, or excuse me, 5-6. Because Peralta, the third baseman, was angled that way. And here's Carlos Ruiz. He's 1 for 3. Bowman over the top. Top out at 92 miles an hour. He's been really good for the Cardinals. In fact, he's been good. And they've been able to put O into the closer's role because Bowman's been good. Little tapper back to the mound. Bowman's got it. Goes to second for 1 and over to first in time. A 1-4-3 double play.
Wow. That's the old shortstop coming out in that young man.
That's exactly right. 1 hit for the Phils. They don't leave anybody. We leave for the 9th. 9-0 Cardinals. Manuel Burris comes on to play shortstop as we move to the top of the 9th inning. Severino Gonzalez continues to pitch. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. They've been throwing a lot of the drying agent down around home plate and also over near the first base bag. Mike Buchholder, who is the head groundskeeper, is in the blue jacket there. He's been updating Bill Welke, the crew chief, all day long. The game has always been in the umpire's hands because this is the final time these two teams face each other. Prior to this, it would be in the hands of the folks at Citizens Bank Park, in particular Mike. But because it's the final time these two teams face each other, the decision to stop play or not play is up to Bill Welke and his crew. It's the way the rules are. So Severino just finished up his warm-up tosses. Here's Brandon Moss. As players, how much does this dry agent help when you're out there?
I don't think they had it when I played.
It does help. It definitely does help.
Right, nice job, boys. They are ready to go.
It really does resemble, I mean, I never had a cat, but it really does resemble kitty litter.
You gonna get a cat?
No. The whole house is allergic, Tom.
Okay. Here's Brandon Moss. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Moss has had a good day today. 2 RBIs, a home run, 1 for 3 overall. 1 run scored. Out in front, 0-2. Somebody like Brandon Moss, I think you have to give a world of credit to, because didn't happen with the Red Sox. It didn't happen with the Pirates. It didn't happen with the Phillies, although he had great numbers in AAA. And only got 6 at-bats at the end of that year in 2011. But he figured something out with the A's, the Indians, and now the Cardinals, and he's turned his career around. Popped him up. Shallow left. Tyler Goodell out, or I should say in. Michael Franco out, and it's Goodell who puts it away. And we've got 1 out.
Tough days to play baseball, but you got to get your 27 outs.
Yep. Well, guys, Yadier Molina's day is finally done. Here is Alberto Rosario. Takes inside.
What did he do to deserve that?
He came out in the rain is what he did.
The guy coming off the bench, it had nothing to do with the game, gets a neck ball, and everybody else is walking up there smoking
really
line drives everywhere.
Inside, and it's 2-0.
I still don't know why Yadi caught the last inning.
Crazy catchers.
I mean, if he's going to hit anyway and catch the 9th, let him catch the 8th as well. Maybe he wanted to catch Bowman. Maybe
could be.
And caught him a whole lot.
Or Jerome Williams out warming up in the bullpen. I didn't want to catch him. That ball is rocketed into left field. How about having a bench that's sitting over 350? I mean, off the bench, they're hitting better than 350 after today. But how about that as a weapon to have a bench?
But finding a bench. having a bench, like you say, that
Yep.
can hit 350.
With 14 home runs.
They don't even have Adams or Halladay on this team.
Yep. They think that Diaz will be the first one that comes back off the disabled list. Right in front of the plate. Ruiz says he has it and throws out Peralta for the second out. Up to second base goes Rosario.
Well, he's not going to like that at bat. Kind of waved one-handed at a off-speed pitch just above the dirt to make an out. That's unusual.
Well, here's Jed Jerko.
Really in no rush to get off the field, though, is he?
Who, Peralta? In fact, Tony Randazzo just told Jed Jerko, let's go, let's go. He goes, I'm waiting for him.
Not sure Jed Jerko was anticipating another at-bat in his
May
game.
not have been. 2 for 4 with that home run earlier. The last at-bat. 2-run shot. He has scored 2 runs. Jerome Williams in the bullpen. Two balls and 1 strike.
I know somebody that's not interested in another at-bat.
Think it's Grichuk on deck?
Excuse me, I'm not. I'm laughing because I've been there.
He has struck out 4 times today.
My claim to fame is 4 times on 12 pitches.
Wow. Tyler Goodell makes the catch. Side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. Last legs for the Phils. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals on top 9-0. Here comes Jerome.
Cut out for them as we head to the bottom of the 9th, trailing the Cardinals 9-0 as the rain falls here at Citizens Bank Park. After this game, Phil's boarding a plane headed to Chicago. An off day tomorrow in the Windy City. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, both games at 8:10 Eastern Time. It'll be Jake Thompson and Carlos Rodon for the White Sox. And then Jared Eichhoff will take the ball for the Phillies on Wednesday against James Shields and his 5.98 ERA. Guys, what I'd like to say. Did I sell it?
I think they turned you down, Murph, by mistake.
Well, I said this one's not over yet.
You're right. You are correct, sir. There is no clock in baseball. So as Jerome Williams warms up on the mound, he will face Odubel Herrera, Emmanuel Burris, and Peter Borges. Jerome, of course, pitched last year for the Phillies. You will not meet a nicer guy than Jerome Williams.
No, you will not.
He was 4-12 with the Phillies last year with an ERA of 5.80. Appeared in 33 games, 21 starts for the Phils.
Two-seamer, four-seamer, good changeup, mixing a slider and a curveball as well.
Started 9 games down in AAA for Memphis for the Cards. And this will be his 6th ball game. He had been doing okay up until his outing against the Cubs. It was his only outing against the Cubs last week on this road trip. Odubel Herrera fouls the first pitch off the third base line and out of play. Odubel is 1 for 3. He has singled and he's flied out to center twice. Rain has lightened up a little bit. That'll bloop out toward left, and that'll drop for a hit in front of Hazelbaker. So Herrera has his 2nd hit of the day. And Freddie Galvis will come up. Oh, excuse me, Emmanuel Burris will come up. He came on to play for Freddie Galvis.
Get your 2nd hit of the game in a game like this. I know you don't like to see your team falter, but personally, it does feel good.
Phillies trail at 9-0 here this afternoon to the Cardinals. By the way, on this date, back in 1990, the Phillies overcame an 8-run deficit, scoring 9 runs in the top of the 9th inning to beat the Dodgers 12-11. So maybe Murph's right. Maybe this is not over. Crucky hit a 3-run pinch hit home run that tied the game, and Carmelo Martinez doubled to bring in the eventual winning run. So here we go. There's a little history behind us. Two balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. Eddie Burris so far hitting 139. He has 5 hits and 36 at bats in the big leagues. Back toward the middle, flagged down by Williams. Quickly to 2nd for 1. 1-6-3 double play. Well, good reactions by Jerome on the mound, and that certainly helped his cause. And the Phillies fed down to their final out.
Yeah, nice play. Just a classy turn to second base. Looked like an infielder turning that double play. Ball right in his glove. The famous red glove. Boom. Nice pick. Nice flip. Led him across the bag.
Yeah, hot potato. He wanted to get rid of that thing as soon as he could.
Peter Borges swings at the first pitch, and Grichuk makes the catch, and the ball game is over. As soggy as it was, the Cardinals win it 9-0 to take 2 of 3 from the Phillies this weekend. The homestand comes to a close. The Phils finish with 5 wins and 4 losses on this homestand, and now they hit the road for the next week to Chicago and New York.
Good being with you guys.
Good to be with you too, Michael. Our Chevy player of the game, Mike Leake, he was able to not only help his team with a 2-run base hit, which turned out to be a big at-bat early on, but 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 7 hits, and he helped the Cardinals to the victory here this afternoon. 9-0 the final score. Cardinals have defeated the Phils. We'll be back to Philadelphia to wrap things up right after this.